Hello everyone and welcome to a quick guide for the Theatre of Pain dungeon in Season 2. Do subscribe to the channel for more game guides and the latest gaming content. As the dungeon begins, you can choose to skip the first 3 mobs, pull the Bloodhorn to the boss, and lust if you have Mind Soothe or a rogue. Interrupt the Necrotic Bolt from the Ritualist and try and stun the contenders when they cast Death Wish. You can soothe the Bloodhorn when he casts Raging Tantrum or heal through the damage. Interrupt the Necrotic Bolt as much as you can during the fight. Mortal Strike is a hard tank hitting ability that reduces healing taken. Move out of the Decaying Breath AoE. Mighty Crush causes party-wide damage and also reduces your movement speed. Move out of the Noxious Spores swirlies. Spread out for the Searing Death debuff that causes damage to everyone. Withering Touch is a magic dot cast on a random player and can be dispelled. Try and defeat them together since the remaining bosses gain Final Will, which increases their damage and can cast specials more frequently. I usually go to Zav first, then Gorechop, and finally Kul'tharok. Arbalest hits a random target with Jagged Coral, which inflicts physical damage and leaves a dot. This will hurt on fort keys. The mini-boss casts Interrupting Roar, which causes AoE damage and interrupts any ongoing casts. Move away from all green swirlies. The weapons that spawn may move a little, so keep your distance. The 3 mini-bosses you face before Zav may change depending who wins the fight in the RP. Colossal Smash is a hard tank hitting ability that reduces your armor. This is the RP I had mentioned earlier. He even does an Interrupting Roar as well as Colossal Smash similar to the first mini-boss. Make sure you move out of his whirlwind. In the next pack, make sure to interrupt the Demoralizing Shout from the Captain. Spread out for the Ricocheting Blade from Nevermore. Seismic Stomp causes AoE damage to the whole group. You were able to LOS the Ricocheting Blade when this dungeon first came out, but I'm not sure you can do that now. This was really helpful on the fort keys. Talking about Zav, he does a brutal 3-hit combo on the tank. The banner has to be taken down on priority when it appears. This reduces everyone's movement speed, and this can be fatal when the boss does his 3-move combo. In his 3-move combo, the boss does a Crushing Slam in front, a Deafening Crash in a circle in melee, and Massive Cleave, which covers half the area. The boss will periodically send down 2 DPS to have a duel between them. Usually the class which has more burst damage should be allowed to win. The winner's damage is increased for some time. Head towards Gorechop. Usually at this time, Lust is up. You can use it here and pull all packs in the room. On lower keys, you may just save it for the boss. Withering Discharge and Meat Shield are priority interrupts in these packs. Devour Flesh is a tank hit which heals the Butcher. This can be stopped using crowd control. Decaying Strike also leaves a disease on the tank that can be dispelled. You can skip the gas bag, which is roaming in the right or left hallway. The gas bag causes constant AoE damage when pulled. The Vile Eruption cast can be avoided by staying on his side. Talking about the third boss, Gorechop does a Hateful Strike, which is hard hit on the tank. When the chains fall, you can see 2 spots where the chains are hanging a bit behind. You need to position yourself to avoid the chains and go through the gap. When the adds fall, they leave a pool behind which slows and damages you. Move out of the Hateful Smash while making your way to the open chain spots. Sometimes it can get tricky with the timing, so be careful. After Gorechop, head towards Kul'tharok. You can collect half the Shacked Souls and pull them back to AoE and crowd control. Interrupt Bind Soul as much as you can. You can do something similar on the other end too. Remove the curse from the Portal Guardian if possible before the Soul Storm. Soul Storm from the Portal Guardians causes AoE damage to the full group. Anyone having the curse up takes 300% more damage. Take the orb that drops from the Guardian and teleport to the next platform. Interrupt the Necrotic Bolt and bind soul casts, but prioritize the Necrotic Bolt volley. In this pack, interrupt the Bone Spear and the volley. Dispel the curse from the Guardian on priority. When the orbs drops, I used it on the left side to get to the next platform. On the Dark Speakers, interrupt Spirit Frost as much as possible, but prioritize getting out of the way of the Death Winds. You can pre-decide the place you want to stack on for Draw Soul. Death Spiral spawns orbs in the area that need to be avoided. Spread for Well of Darkness, which is AoE damage around the target. Necrotic Eruptions is a tank frontal in a line. All players must be careful since the tank is moving around with the orbs. For Draw Soul, stack at a point so that it's easier to AoE and crowd control the adds. If they reach the boss, they do a big AoE damage. Lastly, interrupt the Necrotic Bolts as much as possible. Coming to the final boss, Reaping Scythe is a hard-hitting ability for the tank. Move away from the Dark Devastation Beam. Rafting Rift spawns a rift that pulls you towards it and does AoE damage. Manifest Death causes AoE damage to everyone and causes a casting ad to spawn at the end of the spell. These need to be interrupted and be taken down ASAP. The preferable time to lust is at 50%. Avoid the swirlies from the images. 4 Ghost Riders spawn in the arena and charge in the direction they are facing. Avoid them. This fight can go sideways really quick if everyone is not super aware of their positioning and the damage coming in, so be careful. We wiped once but still made it in time. And that's it. Please subscribe to the channel for more game guides and the latest gaming content. Thanks for watching.